if the language group I'm working with, which would be the Udi people in the western area of Papua New Guinea, if they don't have any similar words to a term in the Bible, can I just create a word? And how would I do that? Well, I can't just create a word that has no meaning for them. So, for instance, in our language, we don't have a word that means Messiah, just one word. When we hear the word Messiah, we have so much meaning attached to that. And so what I have to do is go back and establish, is there a cultural relevant term that would define and carry that same meaning across? And so what we ended up doing is, okay, I could just say Messiah and spell it the way they spell Messiah, and they could say that, but it would mean nothing. So instead we looked at, okay, what does that really mean? Going back to when it was first introduced in scripture, what meaning is attached to that? So we actually have used a sort of definition of that term in the sense of it's God's marked man to help men and women to not get the punishment for their sin. And carrying that idea of Redeemer and, the one that God marked, the appointed one. Those are all meanings that we established from looking at the meaning of it. And then, okay, this is the most natural way to say that in the Udi language. And this people group, it ends up being 12 words to establish this one word, but it has meaning. So they rattle it off as if they're just saying one word like you or I would in English. So I can't just define a word, but if I were to use the word Messiah and it has no meaning, then I've actually communicated nothing to them. So I do have to look and evaluate, do they have a way to naturally say this? And it may be multiple words, it may be a phrase, it may be a clause, as opposed to one word, but there is a way to naturally say that in their language and carry that same meaning across. So I'm looking at the meaning and carrying that across, whether that be in one word or 12.